Continuing on with section 1.4, classifying angles. Now we're going to start actually kind of manipulating and changing angles around. So our first postulate, which remember is kind of a statement that we just take to be true, that doesn't have to be proven, is talking about an angle RST. So we're going to start drawing this from the beginning. It says if P is in the interior of RST, and I actually want this to be, I guess it doesn't let me there. So I'm going to draw an angle here, angle RST, just like they say. So I'll do, and remember how we name angles. We use points on each side. So this would be point R. That middle point is the vertex, and point T. So there's angle RST. And they say P is on the interior, or is in the interior. So I'm going to make a point P on the inside of the angle. Then the measure of angle RST. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a ray that goes through point P. And now we just created two angles that make up RST. So RST equals the sum of the measures of, now we've got these two angles here. We have RSP, so angle RSP, and we've got this other guy. Let's do that. Angle PST. So we could also kind of use like a math sentence to describe this. So we would say the measure, and this is how for angles we say like the degree measure. And that's what we use when we're talking about an angle or the size of an angle. So the measure of angle RST equals the measure of angle RSP plus the measure of angle PST. So whenever we're using like an equation, if we're making like a math sentence like this, we'll say that the measure of the angle and go through. So I don't think there's anything else we have to say about this picture, just making sure we hit all of our points. And I think we're all good. So let's actually try an example out with this one. I'm going to create a new slide here. And you guys have this hopefully all on your note sheet or checking it out nearby and writing it out. So grab this guy. So here's our two examples. Tried to make this a little bit smaller for us. All right, so our first one, we want to find the measure of angle, change this back to yellow here, QST. So that's this big outer angle here. And they gave us the two inner angles. So just using that like thought process, the angle addition postulate from before, the measure of angle QST, which we want to find, is going to be these two angles on the interior here. So we'll have the measure of angle QSR plus the measure of angle RST. And hopefully this isn't seeming like anything crazy, but now I can fill in. We know QSR is this angle over here. So that's the 52 degrees they gave us. And then they also gave us RST, which is this 47 degree angle over here. So after we add them together, we would get, I believe, 99 degrees. So we would say the measure of angle QST is 99 degrees. All right, so for this second one, we have to kind of imply some things from the picture or get an idea of what's happening. So we want the angle of NPM, which is this side over here. Now they gave us this straight angle over here, which if you guys remember is 180 degrees. So I'm going to write our angle addition postulate, and it would be that this side of the angle, so the measure of angle MPN, and actually I should write it how they wrote it so it's not confusing. So N, start with this guy, PM, plus the other side of this angle, measure of angle NPL is going to equal, I'm going to have to go on my next line, the measure of that big angle, which is also a straight angle. So I'm going to fill in the things we know. We know LPM is a straight angle, so that is 180 degrees. We know NPL, that's what they gave us over here, is 79 degrees. So we can now use this equation to find NPM. So I'm going to subtract 79 from both sides. And we get the measure of angle NPM equals, should be 101 degrees. All right, guys, so just intro on trying out some of these examples. You should have 2 examples to try out next, and then you could jump back in here and I'll do one more example on these for you.